I just put some Vaseline and I promise I ain't been lip-syncing. Looks like I've been lip-syncing, though. No, I ain't been lip-syncing no one, I promise. So, fasting. Why should we fast? What is fasting? What are the physical benefits of fasting? It's this buzzword you hear a lot about, and there's multiple reasons why it can be beneficial. And there's loads of stuff out there. It might say burns fat, it might say it gets you lean, it does this, it does that. We're going to cut the nonsense and we're going to get straight into what fasting does. Fasting is actually such a big topic. We're going to split it into 3 pillars. We're going to split it into physical, mental, and then spiritual. Got you covered at all angles. Today's about physical. Physically, what happens, what takes place in our body when we fast. So without further ado, let's not mess about. You know what I mean? Let's get straight into it. Hold on. Gosh. Right, what's fasting? First of all, big up myself. The graphics, I just think the aesthetic, I think the words, the font, no, you didn't come here for that. But I think it looks alright. So for what is fasting? To abstain from all or some kinds of food or drink. That's it. It doesn't say for 5 days or 10 days. It's just abstaining from all or some kinds of food or drink. And we're going to get into how much, what, specifically, all the details for your body. So first of all, it's repairing. Fasting is repairing. It's the process of abstaining from something so your body can channel its inner energy into reparation. It's a process called autophagy. We'll get into it next and explain what it does. The next one, fat burning. Now, if you think about it, if your stomach's completely empty, your body's still working, what's it going to be burning? There you go. 10 points. Next one, energy optimization. Now, there's this notion around we eat food to feel energy. Partly right. However, what we don't understand is that our bodies can actually go 30 days without food. Crazy. But we don't really, when was the last time we spent even 4 hours without it? Now, energy optimization basically comes from the process of going a sustained period of time. So abstaining from food for maybe 4 or 5 plus hours. So we're getting into like 8, 9, 10 hours plus. It could be 24 hours, 36 hours, whatever you want to do. But when we go through a long process, our body uses the reserves, our body uses the stores that we have in our fat cells, in the food that we had the night before, to optimize energy, which means it's operating in a more efficient way, if that makes sense. But we're going to get into the specifics of how in a little while. Actually, we're going to do it right now. Where do I put myself? Why should we consider fasting? Now, keyword consider. This is not something I'm saying go and do. However, I would highly recommend fasting. If you're somebody that wants to cut that fat percentage down a little bit, if you're somebody that wants to increase or like kind of completely reset the inside of your body, if you're somebody that's looking to get into shape, sustain shape, fasting is incredibly beneficial. Why? We're going to go through it, G. So first one, improved insulin sensitivity. It sounds so scientific. Improved insulin sensitivity, basically, I've narrowed it down. It means less cravings and increased taste. So the way I'm going to explain insulin is like the threshold of your taste buds. So my example, you get an apple and you eat it whilst you're in a process of eating 4 to 5 hours all of the time whilst your insulin levels are quite high. And if you eat an apple, it will taste reasonably sweet. Apples are quite sweet. However, if you went, I don't know, 12, 24 hours without any food at all, and then you ate an apple, that apple is going to taste considerably more sweet, which means it's going to be a much better experience. By extension, you'll have less cravings for refined sugars and all the nonsense and crap that's on the shelves, basically. So natural foods will taste as good as these unnatural foods that you have. So you're basically a win-win. You get to eat the good stuff and it tastes as good as a bucket of KFC or apple pie from McDonald's in that case. Next one, cellular repair, process called autophagy. I think I just mentioned it, but autophagy is basically your body eating the bad stuff. So once your stomach clears, after, we'll go for 12 hours. No, sorry, longer than that. We'll go for about 24 hours. If you've gone on a 24-hour fast, what will happen is most of the stuff in your stomach will clear. Now, your body's still working. So your body's got to eat away at something. So you go through a process called autophagy. And that simply means your body starts to eat away at the bad cells in and around your organs and specifically the stomach area. Your body just starts to eat around. It's just chewing around. A complete reset of the internal system. And the third one is fat loss and body recomposition. Again, it's so sciencey. I didn't want this to be a science lesson. However, I think it's ended up being one. But fat loss and body recomposition, basically, your body will attack fat cells. So remember that process of autophagy, your body attacking cells. Part of those cells, or a section of those cells that your body will attack, are your fat cells. So I'll link that back to the first point. If you're somebody that's looking to cut down fat, looking to shred a bit, lean up a bit, it's summer. Summer's coming soon. We're all trying to, So if you're looking to do that, what fasting does is during that time of not eating, your body will eat away at the bad cells, but also start to attack your fat cells for stored energy, because that's what fat is. Okay? And then body recomposition. What happens is your body will not attack your muscles, it will attack your fat. If that makes sense. Overall, this has been quite a short one. Let's go back to the start. This is quite a short one. Yeah, as I said, going to be splitting fasting into 3 sections. So it's going to be physical, mental, and then spiritual, because there are extreme benefits in all 3. And fasting is, as much as I'm not your doctor, I'm not a doctor, fasting is something that any human being on the planet can benefit from. Why? Because whether you're doing it for a spiritual reason, whether you're doing it for a mindset reason, or whether you're doing it for a physical reason, it's going to, first of all, it's going to give you a touch point in all 3. It's going to benefit all 3. But the one specifically that you want improvement on is going to improve it drastically. And in this case, it's physical. Physically, your body is repairing. We'll go to the next slide. Remember, your body's going to repair. Your body's going to repair. It's going to go into a fat burning stage, and it's going to optimize for energy. It's actually quite contradictory. What we've been taught before is that we eat for energy. However, that can sometimes be the opposite. When we eat and we fill up our stomach, it's the opposite that takes place. Is our body doesn't need to expend any more energy anymore because our stomach is full, if that makes sense. So when we can have periods of time in a day or periods of time of days where our stomach is reasonably empty, our body will optimize the energy that it already has. You have an abundance of energy inside. However, you don't access it yet because your stomach is always full. When our stomachs are always full, we'll never access this level of energy. Take a breath. So, now I'm going to finish this off just with some actionables. What can you do to fast? I would recommend, if you haven't done it before, I would recommend doing a 12 to 24 hour fast. Okay, during that fast, very important not to consume calories, liquid calories. So if you're going to have a coffee, wouldn't recommend having a coffee, because it might send you a bit la-la. But if you're going to have a coffee, black coffee, no sugar, no milk. These are the things you can have within a fast, ideally. If you want water, sparkling water, coconut water, black coffee, the idea of a fast is no calories. So your body has no energy, or calories is heat terms, whatever, science. But no calories ingested in you. So you're consuming no calories, so your body has no work to do other than repair itself, like the 3 phases that it says here. Yeah, I'd recommend 12 to 24 hours if you can. Abstain from any food or drink, just water. Or even if you want to go full beast mode and go cut out the water as well for 24 hours, go ahead. It'll be difficult, but you'll experience more of the benefits spiritually and mentally, as well as physically. But yeah, that's been another one. Fasting. As I said, gonna break it down into 3. This is part 1. Love for the love. Drop a comment in the comments. Yeah, that's about it, to be fair. See you soon.